Here. Right. Just come to this place to report on what actually is happening. As you can see here, nothing. Oh, put some money in there.
I'm on the right of your side.
So when an audience member would arrive today, they will have been greeted at the gazebos that we've had set up, and we've got these fantastic boards with pictures of the processes from both Canterbury High and Spires Academy.
Their guides then come and collect them, and they're taken into the chapel where they view a short film that has been written, produced and acted in by students from Spires Academy. And then they get taken upstairs into the chapel where the first performance takes place. This is a group from Canterbury High. It's one of our smaller groups. There's 3 actors and I perform it myself. And they are telling a ghost story about a family member who gets left behind while they go on holiday and runs a bath and ends up drowning, and then he comes back to haunt them. And then they are taken outside where they go on to the next story.
So it just flows nicely into my group, which was outside, and our piece was called Armanzi, which is the name of the wizard that was in my piece. As a student, getting to work with Wise Words Festival is just such an unmissable, amazing experience. And I mean, they've been with us every step of the way, checking in on us and helping us, and we've been kept in the loop about everything that's happening. So it's been a really kind of collaborative operation, and everything's run really smoothly. And personally, I've never worked in a kind of festival environment before. So it's really exciting to get to be involved with other people and kind of networking as well with different artists locally. Our piece was a fisherman, Paddy, little Irish fisherman, and he's not having any luck catching any fish. So this wizard comes along, he's kind of puzzled, why can't you catch anything? I cast a spell in him. So he recasts it, and they have this lovely interaction where the wizard is catching, the huge fish, and Paddy, bless him, can't do it. So they kind of have this little fight over the potion, and as that moves, Paddy manages to get the potion from Armanzi and takes the audience onto G's piece, which was just kind of up the pathway.
So we had 2 characters, one believed in fairies, the other one doesn't believe in fairies. And they went through the gardens, showing kids that they can do something special. It was good to be part of something that's a public festival. And the great thing about Wise Words Festival is that it's something that's very open. There's not too many restrictions on content, so it allowed us to work very freely and actually engage the creativity of the kids. And I basically had each kid I would film them with my iPhone and just said, okay, you're your character now, tell me what you do, tell me what your name is. I would interview them, kind of like you're interviewing me now. Their whole character, their whole story is based off these random things which they just said in an improvised situation. And then I basically filmed it, kind of wrote it all down and read it back to them, and they went, this is brilliant! So I was like, okay, that's what we're doing then. So basically it was all just their character work, and all we did was make it in the framework of an interview with these reporters. And it took place just outside here, and so they walked through the different bits of the garden. I would say the most challenging thing about it is having some kids drop out due to family engagements. But in the end, all's well that ends well. So in the end it went quite fine, and even though I had to jump in and take a role, it was still very enjoyable. And I think the kids learned a lot about just being creative, not being afraid of being judged for their ideas, because they could come up with anything and it was fun. And also like working within a different context. So we said, okay, so it's around the Stour, it's around Canterbury. What kind of things can you come up with that relate to that? And they immediately said, wait, are we in a garden? And there we went from there. So yeah, till today, and that's just been pretty crazy, but pretty fun.
They come back to our gazebos where they are asked to fill in a form about what their story might be about the city that they live in. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Canterbury if they don't live in Canterbury. It could be about the city they live in, and then we are putting them in envelopes and having a balloon release, and those stories are going to go off and hopefully they'll be found and people will tweet the location of where it was found, and maybe even write their own story about the city that they live in, the city or town they live in, and carry on that sort of legacy.